Hello there, welcome to another episode of World of Tanks on T28. As you can see, I've purchased the T28 Prototype, Tier 8 US tank destroyer, moving on from the T25-2. I'm not using the crew on the T25-2 on it, because it's a different type of tank, and the crew I have are less skilled, but they're more on the gun and the damage side rather than stealth and stuff like that. So I played it, first game, Pilsen, first time on the map, and it's received a buff which I didn't know about. It's a little faster than it was. And I was actually quite surprised at the turn of speed, because I was expecting a really slow tank. It's notoriously slow, and I'm kind of used to slow tanks. I haven't played British tanks quite a bit. So, not knowing what to do or where to go on this map, I just kind of drove down this way in a kind of a semi-aimless fashion. Saw this guy driving into the factory space, and I thought, well, you know, why not? I come in, have a look around, there's nobody here. And there's no sign of enemy tanks anywhere. So I thought, well, can we get out these doors? Do the doors break? And lo and behold, the doors break. So we get out these doors, and we're in another street between another factory, and I come uphill. There's some tanks to the south of me, there are now some tanks to the east of me. So I thought I'd crest the rise here along this driveway and see if there was anybody down the end of it. And I thought the tiger was behind the wall and not behind the actual hill. I didn't even know there was a hill behind that wall. But that looked like a long, wide, open street, and I wasn't particularly keen to venture down that street. I'd have dropped that one short or bounced it off the gun mantlet, I think. Fire this one and get damage. I have no idea what I damaged, because the tiger doesn't appear to have been damaged. I must have hit another tank, either behind him or in front of him, that I didn't see. He's damaged my gun, so I spin the repair kit. I don't like shooting at long range with damaged guns if I can avoid it, and for some reason or other he decides, after peeking carefully twice, to stick the whole side of his tank out this time and see if anyone can shoot at him. So a number of us have obliged him, and he's decided to go somewhere else. Since nobody else has been peeking out but the tiger, I decided, well, nothing ventured, nothing gained. I'm going to drive down the road. If there was anybody else going to appear, they'd appear, but then the T43 appears, and that's it. Sayonara. There's a lot of tanks there looking at him. There's a Tiger Porsche off somewhere, but he's not anywhere nearby. So I thought I'd come in here, but I was a bit indecisive about it, so I didn't take the turn as cleanly, as neatly as I should have, and I kind of got stuck on the rubble for a while. But nothing bad happened, because there was no enemy tanks anywhere around. And I thought I'd come in behind these lads here, but the T28 Prototype, the other one, the enemy one, decided to make life a bit easier and come out in front of me, completely oblivious initially to my presence. And I have the faster reload. I suppose he might have a bigger gun, I'm not sure. And then we spot a nest tank, and he's not visible, but he's still there. I'm pretty sure I've tracked him. And we put another round in. And he untracked himself, but he didn't get away in time. Somebody else finished him off. So I decided to keep going. There is a Tiger 2 here. And he's fired, and we can finish him off. And we're still in pretty good shape. The enemy team, there isn't much left of it. Now there's a piece of damage from CDC. I fire on the move with the first shot, and that falls well short, and do damage with the second shot. more or less bouncing his return fire. And he decides that he's not having any more of this, and that last shot I think falls short as well. So we'll just amble on, continue our advance. There's that Tiger P, and there's another one of these Swedish tanks. And a 112. I decided not to upset the 112, I have only one tank shooting at me at the time. I will continue to concentrate on the Swedish tank, which is sticking his backside to me. And I don't know why he did that, because he was facing me originally. Makes it easier for me, but I don't mind. You see, I don't mind people making things easier for me. There is the back of a Tiger Porsche, and we have put a round into him. Where he's bouncing off the dead tank. We put another round into him. Now he is trying to make life difficult, but we're going to put another round at the side of him before he gets himself straightened up. And we've taken away most of his hit points, so we just need a small amount of damage to finish him off, and now the 112 is the only one left. So he's tracked at a very good angle, in the sense that I think I would have trouble penetrating him. And I did there, and I switched to the good stuff, but I don't get a chance to fire it because he's been taken out before I need to. That seemed relatively easy. I know there's decent side armour on this tank and decent frontal armour. I know the turret is a bit on the weak side. But I also know it took me a long time to figure that out myself, so I have no idea how the player base, or how knowledgeable the player base were about this tank. But we got a first class mastery, which was a bit of a surprise. I suspect that that's partly due to the reset, that the first class mastery is a lot easier than it would otherwise be, and that in the normal run of play, a first class mastery will require a lot more than 1400 base XP. That's another thing that has been changed in the new update, is that they have reset the masteries and the marks of excellence, because there was a problem with the calculations. They were getting progressively more and more difficult to acquire. I think I'll definitely look forward to progressing through this tank. It looks interesting. I hope you found the video interesting. Thank you for watching. And if you haven't already done so, please consider giving the channel a subscription. I'll catch you again soon.